Hello, this is Tamir Zain from ElliottWaveForex.com with your weekly analysis for the Euro-US dollar currency pair. After a clearly bearish couple of weeks, not to mention a bearish recent history in general, it's only natural to assume that the Euro has lost the game and that the US dollar is back in power. And yet our preferred count suggests that the Euro is about to enter a period of recovery where it will regain between 300 and 500 pips of its value over the span of several weeks, maybe months. On the other hand, the possibility that a new downtrend has begun and is here to stay can't be dismissed, and our alternate count examines the long-term consequences if that happens. We're updating our counts to reflect the most recent price action and to present tighter targets and invalidation points. So beginning as usual with the big picture on the weekly chart, we see that the euro is moving towards the downside in teal wave X, which is forming a double zigzag labeled maroon waves W, X, and Y, where maroon wave Y is forming a zigzag labeled black waves A, B, and C, and within it, black wave A formed an impulse labeled blue waves 1 through 5, and black wave B is forming a contracting triangle labeled blue waves A, B, C, D, and E. Now zooming into our main count, we see that blue wave D is forming a double zigzag labeled pink waves W, X, and Y, where pink wave W formed a zigzag labeled green waves A, B, and C, then pink wave X formed a double zigzag labeled green waves W, X, and Y, and now pink wave Y is forming a zigzag labeled green waves A, B, and C. Here, green wave C is forming an impulse labeled orange waves 1 through 5, where orange wave 3 formed an extension labeled violet waves 1 through 5 and reached 423.6%, the length of orange wave 1. Price is likely to hit a bottom between 1.0813 and 1.0662. At 1.0813, pink wave Y would reach 78.6% the length of pink wave W, then at 1.0662 it would reach 100% of its length. Blue wave E will likely form a zigzag labeled pink waves A, B, and C. At any rate, this count expects the euro very soon to start moving towards the downside in blue wave E to complete black wave B. This will be largely confirmed by movement above 1.1123, although final confirmation will be by moving above 1.1239. At 1.1295, black wave B would retrace 23.6% of black wave A. This count is invalidated by movement below 1.0525, as blue wave D may not move beyond the start of blue wave C, and is also invalidated by movement above 1.1616, as blue wave E may not move beyond the start of blue wave D. Now shifting to our alternate count, this one sees that black wave B is already complete and that black wave C is now unfolding towards the downside. Black wave B, as we mentioned, form a contracting triangle labeled blue waves A through E, where blue wave E formed a barrier triangle itself labeled pink waves A, B, C, D, and E. Now black wave C is likely forming an impulse labeled blue waves 1 through 5, and within it blue wave 1 is likely forming an impulse labeled pink waves 1 through 5. So in general, this count expects the euro to move towards the downside in black wave C, and this will be confirmed by movement below 1.0525, although it already becomes much more probable by movement below 1.0662. Now at 0.9830, maroon wave Y would reach 100% the length of maroon wave W, then at 0.9056, black wave C would reach 61.8% the length of black wave A. This wave count is invalidated by movement above 1.1239, as pink wave 2 may not move beyond the start of pink wave 1. That's all for our analysis for this week. I wish you profitable trading and see you next time.